Good morning, grade 3. Today we will complete solving the science revision sheet for the third quarter. We will start with question number 33, which is on page number 4. Let's start. The imaginary line the Earth rotates around is axis, tilt, revolution, or rotation. What did we call this line? We called it an axis. So the imaginary line that Earth rotates around is its axis. The next question, number 34. The movement of a planet around the Sun is called? As we said, the solar system has the Sun and 8 planets, and all these 8 planets are moving or revolving around the Sun in orbits. This movement is called rotation, revolution, axis, or orbit. The orbit is the path or the way they move in, so it's not orbit. The axis is the imaginary line that Earth rotates around, so it's not axis. Rotation means the movement of Earth or a planet around itself, so it's not rotation, it is revolution. So what is the meaning of revolution? It is the movement of a planet around the Sun. The next one, 35. A huge sheet of moving ice is? What did we call this sheet of ice? Is it glacier or mountain, ocean or gulf? What did we call this? We call it a glacier, which is a huge sheet of moving ice, a kind of fresh water, but it is frozen. So we need to conserve fresh water, as we said. 36. Alex is observing ice cubes as they change. He draws this picture. What does the picture show? Here, as we see, an ice cube which is solid and some liquid water. What happened to this ice cube which was solid to change into liquid water? Boiling, freezing, melting, or precipitation? Of course, what happened is melting. Melting is the change from a solid into a liquid by adding some heat. The next one, 37. Which tool is used to measure the speed of the wind? The speed, how slow or fast the wind is. Is it a wind meter or a rain gauge, a thermometer or a wind vane? Let's remember each tool together. The last one, the wind vane, is used to measure wind direction. A thermometer is used to measure temperature. A rain gauge is used to measure precipitation or how much rain falls. But a wind meter is used to measure the speed of the wind. So the answer will be letter A. The next question, number 38. The condition of the atmosphere at a certain place and time is called temperature, weather, precipitation, or rain. It is weather. Weather means the condition of the atmosphere at a certain place and time. What about temperature? It means how hot or cold something is, and we measure it with a thermometer. What is precipitation? It's the water that falls from the sky in the shape of rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Now let's move to the next page, page number 5, which starts with question number 39. Fast wind that moves in a spiral is. It takes the shape of a cone, as we said before. Is it wind, hurricane, tornado, or a thunderstorm? It is a tornado, and we said that it is a kind of severe or wild or dangerous weather. Question number 40. On a very hot day, you can read the thermometer to find out the. Why do we use the thermometer? For measuring what? Precipitation, rainfall, temperature, or wind speed? Of course, we use a thermometer to measure temperature. What about wind speed? By a wind meter. Precipitation and rainfall, we use for them a rain gauge. The next question, 41. Sunny, cloudy, windy, and rainy are examples of different types of clouds, time, seasons, weather. Of course, all of them are kinds of weather. The next question, number 42. Rain falls on a cool morning. By late morning, the temperature increases and the sun warms a puddle of water. Through evaporation, what does the puddle of water change to? What was there in this puddle of water? Of course, it had liquid water. By evaporation, this liquid water will change to be gas, ice, rain, or snow. Through evaporation, the puddle of water which has liquid will change to be gas, or we could call it water vapor. The next question, number 43. Water is important for the survival of plants, animals, and people. Why is salt water important to people? We do not drink salt water, but it is important. Why? It provides air for people. Do we get air from salt water? Of course not. It provides homes for people. Do we live in salt water? Of course not. It provides drinking water for people. Do we drink it? No. It provides a habitat for some animals that people eat. This is the correct answer. Salt water is a habitat for some animals that we eat. The next question, number 44. Laura wants to record weather data at her house. She wants to measure the amount of precipitation and the wind speed. Which instrument should she use to measure precipitation and wind speed? A thermometer and a rain gauge? a rain gauge and a wind meter, a wind meter and a wind vane, a thermometer and a wind vane. How can we measure precipitation? By a rain gauge. And how can we measure wind speed? By a wind meter. So the answer will be letter B, a rain gauge and a wind meter. The next question number 45. Sam cannot decide if he needs his umbrella today. He looks out the window and observes the clouds. Which kind of clouds would make him infer that a thunderstorm is in the forecast? Which kind of clouds brings a thunderstorm? Is it cirrus, stratus, cumulus, or cumulonimbus clouds? Of course, it will be cumulonimbus clouds. What about cirrus clouds? They are just white, wispy clouds in the sky. What about stratus? It is a kind of cloud which looks like a gray flat blanket in the sky. And a cumulus one is white and puffy. So the answer will be letter D. Let's move to page number 6, which starts with question number 46. Molly's class just finished learning about the water cycle. The students understand the roles of evaporation and precipitation in the picture below. They need to review condensation. How would you describe the role of condensation in the picture above? What is condensation? The sun is heating the cool water. The rain is going into the ground. The air cools water vapor in the atmosphere. The rain moves from the land to the air and underground. Let's remember the water cycle together. First, evaporation, or the change of the liquid water into water vapor. Then this water vapor will fly up and hits the cool air. It changes back to be liquid water. So the answer will be letter C. The air cools water vapor in the atmosphere. The next one, question number 47. It's afternoon in November. The thermometer reads 2 degrees Celsius. The wind meter measures the wind speed at 5 kilometers per hour. The clouds are thin and wispy. What is the weather like outside? Is it cold with high winds and sunny? Cold with little wind and sunny? Cold with little wind and snowy? Cold with high winds and rainy? The weather is cold with little wind and sunny. Cold because the thermometer measures 2 degrees. With little winds because the wind speed, which is measured by the wind meter, is just 5 kilometers per hour. And sunny because the clouds are thin and wispy, or we can say it is cirrus cloud. So it is cold with little wind and sunny. The next question, 48. The way the moon's gravity changes the height of the ocean is known as. How can the moon's gravity affect the ocean? Phases, tides, crescent, waxing. We call it tides. And there are two kinds of tides, a high and low tide. 49. The moon has different phases. As we said, the shapes or the different shapes of the moon are called moon phases. What is different between a first quarter moon and a third quarter moon? Are they different in their shapes? Side of the moon that appears lit, their sizes, revolution of the moon around Earth. Let's remember the phases of the moon, the first quarter moon and the third quarter moon. Both of them are half a circle, so they have the same shape and the same size, but the difference between them is the side of the moon that appears lit. In the first quarter moon, the right side is lit, while it is the left side which is lit in the third quarter moon. So the answer will be letter B. Question number 50. When a planet spins around its axis, it's spinning, so it rotates, travels, moves, or revolves. We said when it spins, it rotates, like Earth's rotation around its axis. That's all for today, grade 3. Next time we will complete solving the revision sheet. See you next time. Bye.